Good evening, everyone. Mabuhay. Welcome to tonight's very special installment of the free webinar series by Star Labs Academy. As we gather here today, we are united by one critical mission to honor Mental Health Awareness Month. This month reminds us to pause, reflect, and deepen our understanding of mental health and wellness, not only as a concept but as a lived reality for many people around the world. Tonight's session is not just an ordinary webinar, it is a celebration of strength, resilience, and hope. Our theme and topic, Mental Health Awareness Month, a Filipino chef's story in the United States of America, highlights the challenges and triumphs of a remarkable woman who has navigated a demanding career in a high-pressure industry while embracing her identity and mental health journey. Before we proceed, I would like to remind everybody that certificates of participation are available upon request. Please stay with us until the very end. And if you have questions for our speaker, please feel free to post them in the comment section. We will have time for a Q&A session later on. Now, let's talk about our special guest. Our resource speaker tonight is a true inspiration. She is a proud Filipina who has not only showcased her culinary talents in the United States, but also used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness. Currently, serving as a chef cook at Sanford Medical Hospital in South Dakota, United States of America, has previously held prestigious roles including banquet and pastry chef cook at Los Miami Beach Hotel and chef line cook at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs. Her journey is a testament to perseverance and dedication, qualities that every Filipino can take pride in. But her story is not just about her professional achievements. It's about her life before and after migration. It's about how she managed work-related stress in a high-pressure environment, how she faced her mental health struggles, and how those experiences led her to become a mental health advocate, sharing messages of hope and resilience with others. Tonight, she will share insights on navigating the heights and lows of life as an immigrant in the US, how she coped with the intense demands of the culinary industry, her personal experiences with mental health struggles and turning points, key messages for Filipinos both in the Philippines and abroad, and lastly, practical opportunities and pathways for Filipinos aspiring to work in the United States. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to our amazing resource person, none other than Chef Gladys C. Tilutson. Magandang gabi ho, Chef.
Hello! Magandang gabi. Good evening, everyone.
How are you
Kamusta?
today? Hey, magandang gabi. Kumusta Chef Gladys, or shall I say Master? Magandang gabi.
Gladys na lang, oy.
Okay, Chef. Ayan, Gladys, magandang gabi sa iyo, no? So, batiin mo naman yung ating mga viewers, audience for tonight because Chef, no, Gladys, ang ating audience are from Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, no? Just like last time, no, na they are from the certain parts of the country. Batiin mo sila, P.
Hello, magandang gabi sa lahat. Kamusta kayo? I hope you guys are doing well.
Wow, no? Please go ahead.
Balita ko dyan, may, yung Mpox na naman. Yung,
Yan.
May issue na naman dyan.
Totoo, Chef, no? Because, ayan, it's another threat, no? Hindi naman siya gaanong malala katulad ng COVID-19, no? And the pioneer is actually in Mindanao, no? Davao region. Meron na tayong siguro mga almost 20 na cases in total, no, sa Mindanao. But Ah,
Oh.
yes, no, kamusta ka, no? Let's talk about your life in USA, chef.
Um, okay naman ako dito. I'm very happy that I was able to have the opportunity to come here and, spend, I spent like 3 years of my life here now. Aside na nag-asawa ako.
Mm-mm.
And I can tell that there's a lot of like changes.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's not just me being like mature, but also the challenges ahead that I realized that once you get, older, the challenges are also getting hard, especially not just in work, but also in life.
That's true. I agree with you, chef.
How are
Anyway,
you?
yes, I'm fine. Thank you for the question, no? And I would like just to give a background, no, sa ating mga audience for tonight. I met Chef Gladys in 2019, no, in Thailand. Actually, she's from Butuan, Butuan City. Particularly, no, malapit lang siguro sa Butuan, but tama ba ako, Chef? But you are from Dinagat Islands?
Yes, so I was born and raised in Dinagat, and then I went my grade 1 and 2, 3. I went back to Butuan City to to do my elementary, and then after that kasi nasa Gasaan, bumalik akong Dinagat, probinsya kasi walang mga jeep doon. So
Mm.
doon ako nag-aral hanggang nagtapos ng high school, and then back to Butuan City. Nag-aral ng sociology sa CSU, sa Caraga State University. And then pumunta ng Davao by 2017, and then nag-aral ng culinary sa iChef. Kung sinong taga Davao dito pamilyar yan. So ayun,
Yes, no? So, we met with Chef, no? We met together at an international youth. Actually, it's a simulation of the United Nations, no? Para sa ating mga viewers na familiar sa Model United Nations. We met at Bangkok, Thailand in 2019, no? We are in the same committee. I if I don't I if I remember it correctly, International Labor Organization.
yeah.
Tama. No, so I could still remember, Chef, no, your cultural attire during the awarding, no? Sana na-download ko siya, no, before tayo nag-start.
Oh my God. Ayun, pinatahi ko pa yon. Diyos ko, ano lang, very competitive. Tapos pumunta lang ako doon to just experience what is there. Not just because I really wanna like, because hindi naman talaga ako ganun katalinuhan gaya sa inyo ni Chef John, but I was just there for an experience on what is it there, but it was fun. It was fun. I
Yes,
can
yes.
tell that hindi naman talaga ganun ka-level ganun yung talino ko, pero syempre, 'di ba? Bida-bida din ako paminsan-minsan.
But you were great, no? Aminin mo, Chef, no? You had the time in really explaining naman your represented country, no? I could not forget how you represented your country. Anong country nga ulit 'yon, Chef?
It was Paraguay.
Wow, no? So it's really a great country, and then participating in the International Labor Organization. So yes, no? Yun ay talagang blast, no? When we met in 2019, we connected with fellow Filipinos, um, fellow, ano ba yun? Nag-a-aspire ng world peace at that time.
Oo nga. Yeah, that was the time na talagang tinreasure ko kasi that was my first time going out abroad. Like just,
Wow.
not working, but just traveling and experience about Thailand. And doon in love talaga ako sa Thailand. I really wanna go back there, but wala pa talagang chance. Hindi pa nga nakakauwi ng Pilipinas. So
I agree, no,
hopefully.
I agree, Chef, no? That was a really great experience for us both, no? Lalong-lalo na sa block natin na really parang the same-minded tayo ba na really fighting for world peace and how the activity has shaped us, the Bangkok experience, no? I think mabuti pa kayo na siguro nakapaggala kayo, no? In Bangkok or in other neighboring cities.
Yeah, I stayed there for like few days. Nag-absent talaga ako noon kasi nga minsan lang yun eh.
I agree, no?
Minsan
Buti pa
lang.
kayo, Chef. Kami noon, uwi kami kaagad, no? Kasi may pasok tsaka may exam, mga buhay estudyante.
Oh,
Oo, but
ako rin talaga
before,
nag-absent.
totoo, no? At siguro nag-extend din yung iba nating kasama, no? Kasi may ano naman, may tour, city tour naman, pero iba talaga din yung ikaw yung nakakapagala kahit saan, di ba?
Yeah, kasi makakapunta ka walang time limit. Kahit saan mo
Totoo, walang
pumunta,
sumusunod.
limit mo lang nun is money, but kung may
Totoo,
pera ka naman, yes, why not?
di ba? Walang tour guide.
Wala.
Anyway, Chef, before we move on, no, to our to my questions, no, tonight, because as I understand, uh parang talk show yung gagawin natin tonight, no, para naman mas interactive at saka mas exciting yung questions. And then also, I think our participants, no, could also relate because we have registrants as well, no, doon sa ating registration form. And they also have questions, Chef, no, if we could have a question and answer portion later, no, live at if may questions sila dito, and siguro uunahin natin yung mga questions nila sa registration form. But before that, I would like to congratulate, no, you for for getting your finally your permanent residence, no? Your tama ba, green card ba 'yon? Yung nakuha mo? Congratulations,
Yes.
and yes,
Thank you
please
so
go ahead.
much.
Please go ahead, ikwento mo kung ano yung naging proseso, ano yung naging struggle mo doon sa pagkuha ng green card mo.
Um, thankfully naman, for me, I never really struggled that much. So I met my husband 2000 October of 2023. We supposed to meet around that time, and then we didn't because he passed out. I also was just in vacation here in Minnesota because my work was in Florida. So I was in Minnesota for vacation just to see my friends, like my past coworkers, H2B friends also. So ayun, suppose magkita kami, but then he passed out. Ready na ako ng 11:00 pa, and then siya wala. 5:00 na siya nag-message sa akin. So ayun, canceled. So I thought that, wala na talaga, zero na. So I fly back to Florida at that time, like October 29, but my heart's like kind of missing. I'm like, bakit parang ganon? Tingin-tingin ako, sabi yung imot-imot tayo, ganon. So after that, after 2 weeks, nagkausap kami ulit. But I had a boyfriend at that time which was in Florida. We've been in like 2022. And then I have also a friend that I've been living with. He's a Filipino also. And he said that you have to choose, I'm like, I really don't know, because this guy, my husband right now, he is also like messaging me. I thought he was just joking, and then he applied for marriage license. I'm like, I was not sure about, because he didn't show up in the first time, so I haven't seen him, and ba't naman siya mag-apply ng ganon. So I didn't believe him until December 23, 2023. It was December 23rd. Nag-meet kami, and then he proposed the first time, and then proposed siya, and I said yes, because I was like, siguro mag-yes na lang ako. Walang ganon. Pero naghiwalay na kami na dati kong boyfriend kasi nga, pinili ko siya. Ewan ko bakit. So, ayun, after like 2 days, nag-decide siya na magpakasal kami nang dahil lang sa shrimp. Kasi daw, pinagbalatan ko siya. So, ayun, nag-decide siya. Just 1 week after, kinasal kami. And what's weird was that I fly back to Florida after our ceremony. So, 2 weeks, bumalik ako sa bahay namin sa BMG. And then, nag-start na kami mag-gather ng mga evidences, photos. We start sharing our bank accounts. Like, important things that showed my name and his name. Like lease, financial statements, whatever is that. Pictures, like, talagang, anong tawag nun? Nakaano siya, detailed by detailed talaga yung sinubmit ko sa USCIS. And I stayed with him by like 7 months. I had no work. He was the one working. So, ayun, wala akong work. I just stayed home. Kasi nag-resign na ako kasi wala din namang point kung hindi ako mag-resign, fly ako ng Florida, ang layo kasi noon. So imagine magda-drive pa kami ng 3 hours just to get to the airport kasi nasa very town kami maliit lang siya. So pinag-resign niya ako, nagstay ako ng bahay. Tinry kong i-gather lahat ng evidence, and 7 months after na finalize yung mga nag-send ako ng evidence together. Sinama ko na lahat, pati medical and stuffs. Ayun, after not even a month, because I applied for permanent residence or that's adjustment of status and work permit, and his petition, because tatlo kasi yung magkakasama. Supposedly 4 yun, but yung isa hindi ko naman kailangan yung advance parole. So, 3 lang, which cost me $2,600 to file for those 3. And then, una siyang na-approve yung work permit ko, which is not even a month after filing. And, ayun, naka-work agad ako. And then, we decided to move here in North Dakota, in Fargo. Kasi natanggap ako dito sa hospital. And, yeah, after also like 7 months from August to April 18, and then they notified me that my adjustment of status was approved. That was my permanent resident card. And yeah, I got it after like a few days. So that was a long story. I mean, if you guys, if someone is right now planning to file for their adjustment of status, like yung nakaasawa ng mga Americans, it much stricter now, like intense scrutiny. Sometimes because we didn't get an interview, but right now Trump is getting back the interview, which I supposed to have, but they just skipped it just because I think I submitted evidence that are like already convinced them.
Wow, no?
Ayun.
Parang yung typical talaga sa chef, no? Yung typical na application talaga sa for a ano ba yun? Fiancé or ano ba yun? Parang anong tawag doon? Green card holder, anong parang sa category niya, master?
Ano siya kasi 'di ba H2B yung visa ko, work visa. So in order for me to be a green card holder, I just applied for adjustment of status, and the I-130 petition ni Seth para sa akin. So which is mahal talaga siya, especially kung may abogado kayo. Pero kung kaya nyo naman, just do it by yourself, because an attorney here costs like $5,000 to $10,000. That's a lot. Nakatipid pa kami. And usually hindi naman sa pero may mga nag-abogado na it depends kasi sa timeline and which field office are you from. Like for example, here I am from like Fargo field office, and medyo madali kasi yung mga visa mo, yung pag-application mo, isi-send mo yan sa kasi by state, may group of states yan sila. So, kunyari ako from Minnesota or North Dakota, same kami ng group of states na Chicago lockbox kami. May California lockbox ata, and then marami pang different lockbox. So, yung Chicago, doon namin isi-send yung application, and then after that, they will send that to specific national benefit center. Na mine was, they sent it to Lee Summit in Missouri. There, they were the officiating officer will be the one who will look your status kung i-approve ba nila or hindi, or you're subject to request for evidence, which will take you another months of waiting. Yeah, and then they will be the one who will adjudicate your green card if ever they will schedule you for interview, which will happen in the nearest USCIS in your area, which mine is Fargo, but I skipped it, thankfully. Kasi sabi nila, may times daw na stressful kasi ilalagay kayo sa different room ng mag-asawa, and then you will ask the same question. Like, for example, how many beds, how many rooms or bedrooms, how many windows you have in your place, and then they will see if you guys really live together, because there's also an issue here, like that some of them will just pay to get married and they never live together, so they're trying to avoid that right now.
Okay, no? Okay. So, it's really quite a struggle, no? The way I understand, Chef, no, yung parang the way you deliver your story, kung isa ka talaga, parang kung yung application mo ay hindi mo na inayos ng maayos, o ano ba, parang gusto niyo lang mas mapadali, gusto niyo lang humanap ng paraan ng mas mapadali, you will resort to lying, no? Parang ang hirap, o mahirap siya para sa isang isang Filipina, no, na nangangarap talaga na maging green card holder. At Chef, gusto lang natin, no, ipaalam sa ating audience na ano ba yung ibig sabihin, ano ba yung mga privileges kung, for example, ikaw ay green card holder?
You have the same, not the same, but most the same benefits with the US citizen. Ano lang, hindi ka lang makakaboto. But that's also subject for like removal if you did something bad here, especially like your crime is felony, human trafficking, like yung mabibigat na mga case. Pero yung mga minor lang, like you have traffic violation, pwede mo naman yung bayaran. But of course, kailangan mo talaga, one thing is you really need to file for your taxes. It's either I think kahit sobrang liit lang yung kita mo, even if you just make like $800 in a year because let's say you stop working, you really still need to file for your taxes. Hindi katulad dyan, di ba? Parang kasi galing ako mahirap eh. I was grow up with, yung alam mo yung literal talaga na bahay ko na sira-sira. Kaya what drives me to come here in the US is because I just don't want to experience that life again. And I just see my future not be the same. Kasi sabi nila, 'di ba, pag pinanganak kang mahirap, hindi mo yung kasalanan. Pero kung namatay kang mahirap kasi, sa'yo na 'yon.
I agree, no. Totoo 'yun, Chef, no, na we could not really choose, no, what family or what lifestyle yung lalakihan, yung lalabasan natin dito sa mundo, kasi we really don't know, and really don't know what to do and to expect for sure, no, when we are still a fetus, no, inside the wombs of our mothers. But totoo 'yun na while we grow, no, it's really our fault if we will die the same in the same situation, no, when we were born. So thank you so much, chef, no, for sharing your journey, no. Now let's move on to our questions. First
Yeah.
question, ayan, yung I think, no, this is related because May is celebrated in the United States for the Mental Health Awareness Month, no? So ang may legislation talaga for Mental Health Awareness Month is United States of America talaga, no? So yung ibang mga bansa, they are um joining the celebration because totoo nga naman, no, that I think we can all agree that yung mental health natin ay wala namang kinikilalang buwan yan, no? Kung tayo ay may mga problema, we have struggles, we have challenges in life, no? And we think that we are really having a hard time, no, processing these things. Sometimes they lead to stress, then burnout, then signs of depression, and then a lot of studies, no, really, or it's not really parang bago sa atin na depression could lead to really suicide ideation. So tonight we want to know, no, what your journey relates, or what your journey speculates, or what your journey can say about mental health, no? Especially in the context of being in the United States, no? Kasi doble yung, ayun, may mga cultural barriers, doble yung pressure, doble yung talagang work ethics. We want to know that, and me and our audience are very excited, no, to know more about you, about your mental health journey, Chef. Now, let's start with our first question. For you, Chef, ano ba yung personal definition mo? Kasi we have definition, objective definition naman. Pero for you, based on your experience, ano ba yung personal definition mo ng mental health?
Um, para sa akin, simple lang. Uh, it's, it's a power within you it's like something that can make you or break you. Because I believe like it's the inside. Your 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 mental state is your power. Kung kung yung mental state mo is not good, that definitely can break you. If your mental health is good, that's definitely can make you into something, you know. Here in the United States, we, of course, our company here, Stanford Health, they promote mental health, and of course we do have like free, yeah, like therapies, like if you're struggling with something, they have this specific website, they have this specific, I think, app that you can message, so people and counselors can help you. And I think one time I read it on their pamphlet that they also have these specific nurses that you can talk to if you have problems. Yes, in my journey, it is, I believe that it is something that break me or make me. It's because I was struggling also, like the first time, even in the Philippines, I'm struggling with that, especially COVID really like made me depressed. um I stayed home, there's no opportunity for me. I couldn't even work, not just the kitchen, because everything was locked down. And I had to, alam mo bang may parang hinahabol ka na gusto mong hindi masama sa lockdown, gusto mong i-improve yung buhay mo kahit kahit may lockdown pa. So what I did is, even if I'm struggling, I think my past experiences really build me up, like to be strong, and just think of something that is, even if yung utak ko very like very depressed, very sad, pero may may thing sa akin na I should not I should not hindi pwede ako magpadala dito. Kasi I had similar experiences already that I found out that my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. I thought siya na yung magiging husband ko. Kasi nga siya na yung nagpaaral ng culinary sa akin kasi I cannot afford. I'll be very honest with you guys. I came from the family that's very poor, and my mom is like very lubog sa utang. And then I knew I met this guy, and then he helped me. He helped me, and he told me, you know, you can go to school again after I graduate. So I was thinking, he said, go as a nurse. I'm like, iniisip ko, what if maghiwalay tayo ng after 2 years? So kailangan kong kumuha ng education na I can step and go to United States. I don't know, bakit parang Amerika yung calling ko dati. Iniisip ko. And in that case, he said, what do you want? I'm like, maybe I'll just go to culinary school. So I went to Davao and look. That was my first time going to Davao. I think it was 2017. And then I showed him, mahal ang culinary school. Pero sa awa ng Diyos talaga, siya yung nagbabayad and everything. So, ang tuition ng Joji Ilagan dati sa iChef is nasa 120 mahigit sa isang SEM. Siya yung nagbayad, pati bahay ko, lahat-lahat. Which is talagang inaral ko. Kasi nga, even if depressed ako noon, kasi nga mahirap kami, my mom couldn't afford, my father couldn't afford to send me to really to a good school when I was having my my 4-year degree. I mean, Caraga State University is a really good school, okay? But yung course na gina-after ko is sobrang mahal. Andun sa ibang university. So, sobrang mahal. So, kinuha ko na lang yung isa kasi yun lang yung makayanan muna. And then, yeah, pinaaral ako. Yeah, yun yung ginawa kong stepping stone. And then, I found out that he's cheating. So, I'm like, okay. So, parang na-depress ako. Gusto ko magpakamatay. Oh my God. And then, nung yung parang nasa process na ako, sabi ko, ay, worth it ba to? Sabi ko, parang, hindi naman sa ano, parang parang maganda naman ako. Pero nung, yung mga pinalit niya sa akin, kasi nga hindi ko alam kung ipang-ilan ako. Yung pinalit niya sa akin, hindi ko alam na, sabi ko, ay, hindi, pangit pa to sa akin, kailangan kong pumunta ng US. So, ginawa kong lahat. Nakapasa ako, nag-aral ako. At saka sinabi ko sa kanya, uy, may babayarang internship. Pero, sabi niya, okay, magkano ba? Nasa ganito, ganyan, sinabi ko. Sabi niya, o sige, tutulungan kitang magbayad niyan. Luckily enough for me, yung mga pinadala niya sa akin, inipon ko sa bangko. Yun yung, at saka sa help din ng tito ko, yung tito ko nag-help din sa akin na makalabas. Kasi yung tito ko naman, mayaman na siya. Kasi may construction na company. Ayun, nakapunta na naman ako dito sa US, 2019. Nag-internship ako. Bang, biglang nag-COVID after 6 months. O di ba parang, ay, ano na naman tayo nito, pauwi ng Pilipinas kasi they said my special sponsor told us with my friends that they were canceling visa. Ayun, bumalik kami. Nag-struggle na naman ako, Diyos ko. Kay, wala, bumalik na naman sa zero. Wala na namang opportunity. So, ayun. But I still keep on looking, even if, like 2021, 2021, apply ako kahit lockdown, apply ako ng apply, send ako ng email, everything, interview, kahit siguro sa mga 150 to 200 application ko, may isang taong nag-text isang taong nag-message sa akin, if I can be an H2B substitute. And I said yes. I don't care. Nag-visa interview ako after few days. And then after that, ilang days lang, nakuha ko yung visa ko, lumipad ako papunta dito, 2022. So
that's really
struggle.
Yes. No, but your struggle, chef, no, while you are still in the Philippines, hindi talaga siya hindi talaga siya basta-basta, because imagine no, sabi mo kanina, chef, ba na from scratch, no, because our family backgrounds, no, and I think we share the same narrative, chef, no, na hindi naman tayo talaga mayaman ng pinanganak, no, and we really work hard, no? We really work our way hard, no, to what we are today, no? Although our families serve as an inspiration, no, to us. They really gave us parang yung stepping stones talaga, no? But I think the way we deal with the day-to-day struggle, stress with the dreams that we aspire, no? Lalo na sa iyo, chef, na hindi talaga madali from a cheating boyfriend, then
Yeah.
nag-lockdown, tapos umuwi ka after 6 months ng pagdating sa US, and then no, from 100 of rejections, no, sa yung
Yeah.
applications, no. I couldn't really think, no, of the best way to really narrate your experience, because it's not really easy, no. So I could say, no, that I'm really proud, no, of what you have become, chef, no, what you have done, what you have achieved so far, and I think that would not be the end of it, no. So ang dami kong gustong sabihin, pero punta muna tayo doon sa next question sa iyo, chef, no. I think your definition of mental health is quite unconventional. Since sinasabi mo na the way we think is either will make us, or will ano yon, will
Will make you or break you, something like that.
make or break, us. That's a really good point of view, no, na if you have, sabi mo, our mental health is our strength, no, or fortitude, ika nga. So if our mental health is good, then it will make us. But if it's not, if it's otherwise, it will really break us. No, I resonate. No, thank you for that definition, chef. No, I could really use that, no, on my future engagement. Now, you said that mental health could either break or make us. Now, yung iba, hindi naman natin masasabi that they also have, no, their own subjective definition of mental health. But what do you think are some common misconceptions, chef, no, na pag sinasabi nating mental health, ganito yung naiisip nila, which is really a misconception? Please go ahead.
A lot. Kasi 'di ba sa atin, actually pumunta ako dito, doon ko nalaman na marami palang klase-klaseng mga ganun-ganun, 'di ba? So, kasi naisip, 'di ba, kung titingnan natin dati, kung wala naman tayong background about mental health, masasabi na talaga natin na ang common misconception is parang pag ganun ka, parang sign of weakness, or parang flaw, or like nababaliw ka na, or kung may mental health ka, violente ka na, dangerous ka na, which is probably not true. And then sometimes masasabi natin, oh, ito parang may pinagdadaanan na, yung parang nagsi-self-diagnose tayo na may mental health issue tong taong to. Which is, I think we all have mental health issue, pero depende na lang. Depende sa lalim, sa level, kung paano mo dalhin, or kasi dito sa Amerika common common talaga. Wala kang masasabi ditong tao na walang health issue, kahit mayaman dito may mental health issue. So yung ibang sasabi, oh, parang nababaliw yan, wala na yang 'di ba? Wala na yang gamot, hindi na yan. Hindi. Very wrong ka. Yun. Tapos isa pa, ito. Kung nakakayanan mo, kunyari nalagpasan mo tong struggle na to dati. Kung nalagpasan mo to mag-isa, sasabihin ng iba, oh, kaya niya yan kasi nalagpasan niya. May experience na siya. No, that's totally not true. May mga tao talaga na hindi sila nagsasabi, hindi sila vocal, but they are hiding something inside of them. And we cannot judge us by looking or not hearing their stories unless they tell you or they open up with you. So, ayun.
Okay, no? Thank you for your answer, chef. I think that's a really good, no, an example na self-diagnosis, no? Self-diagnosing, and then yung pwede natin sabihin false positivity yan na parang laban lang, kaya mo yan kasi nalagpasan mo na yan before, makakaya mo rin yan ngayon, no? Or yung nakaya nga ng iba, makakaya mo rin yan, no? Yung parang comparison, chef, no? So, I think that is a good example, especially connected with our next question ba, na because of that culture or because of that things, no, sometimes mental health is becomes or still remains, no, as a taboo, no. I mean, not in US, because US is very vocal, no. Citizens of the United States of America are very vocal, no, about their mental health, the way
Mhm.
they advocate for it, no. Sometimes even attacking the government, no, because of its lack of legislation or current steps, no, legislation. So what do you think, no, in the context of the Filipinos, why do you think, chef, that mental health is still a taboo, no? Yung parang hindi pa rin natin ito napapag-usapan ng openly within our families, our friends, or etc. Go ahead.
I think the sa akin lang, ano lang sa mga nakikita ko, I think we are afraid to open up kasi nga ija-judge tayo na nagiging baliw. 'Di ba? Mag-o-open up tayo ng ganito, oh, ganito ganyan, yung ganito yung nararamdaman ko, ganito yung tumatakbo sa isip ko. Yung iba pagtatawanan ka, baliw ka na. That's not the case. If someone tries to open up with you about something, listen up, and then maybe you're the one you're the one that can save them. What if that someone is suicidal and he or she starts opening up something? Maybe you can give some advice that would like, wait, like something in his mind that wait, I mean his or her mind, na makapag-stop sa kanya or makapag-think niya ulit na, oh, I should not do this. You know, you don't know when and where you can help just by listening up from someone, stories, even if from strangers na when they acting weird or like they're trying to open up, even if hindi mo kilala. Kung mag-open up, wag naman yung medyo creepy ha, pero ayun, yeah, yun lang kasi parang ma-judge ka na pag mag-open up ka.
Okay,
Kasi
thank you. Yes, chef. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I mean, yun lang, hindi naman sa ano, pero yun yung usually nakikita ko na sasabihin lang, uy, okay ka lang kasi, 'di ba? Nakaya mo dati. Oh, why not ngayon, 'di ba? Same
Mm-mm.
lang. Hindi.
Mm-mm. Yes, yes, no, I agree with you. Judgment, no, your answer is judgment. Totoo naman, no, because we could really relate, no, that because I think the reason why, mental health remains a taboo in the country is because a lot of people are still unaware, uneducated, no, about
Mhm.
mental health, and because of that lack of education, lack of awareness, they tend to judge people, no, because
Mhm.
they could not relate what those people are going through. That's why they easily judge, no. I think that's the really parang the really stigma, no, na sa ating bansa up until now. Thank you, chef, though, for that question. Now, next question, let's move on to an experience, no, a personal experience. I you have already struggled, no, before, and that you have really overcome it because of what you are now, and because of what you are becoming, no, as a respected chef, no, in the field, no, in USA. Now I want to know, no, some of our viewers, this is also same question, no, from our participants. Gusto nilang malaman kung may kaibigan ka ba na lumapit sa'yo na nagsabi na, "Uy, Gladys, ito yung nararamdaman ko ngayon, or may suicidal ideation ako, I am depressed, may burnout ako." Tapos ano yung experience mo, or ano yung parang response mo, no? Kasi we want to know, from the context of a, siguro that friend possibly galing din sa US, no? Or possible
Mhm.
na yan ay ibang race, no? Possibly American or ano bang race, no? How do you deal with the barriers, the cultural barriers, language, or if there are regional barriers? Please go ahead.
Um, Actually, marami. Nagsabi na lang sila sa akin na, "Uy, I'm struggling right now. I don't know what to do, ganito, ganyan." So, the best way is to just, tell them like, "Okay, what is it? Open up and maybe I can help you with something." And blah 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 blah. I, you know, I s- I have to step back and see the situation, like, just imagine what, uh, from what he said or what she said, um, and try to understand the context, and from that, doon ko kinuha yung mga pinagsasabi ko na ina-advise ko kung anong pwede niyang gawin. One thing, example is my husband. My husband was a divorce, and later ko na nalaman na of course he's struggling. He's struggling to it's not because he still loves his ex-wife, but he's struggling it's because of the fact that it's hard for him to trust again. It's hard for him, and he has this like fear that he can't take care of me, like financially or what, because he's also like struggling. He's still paying for, yung iniwan ng, ex-wife niya na binabayaran nila dati nung bago pa lang kami, which is now totally binenta na kasi niya yung salon. So, parang nagiging free na siya ngayon. Naging free na siya from that burden, which is that salon made him like suicidal, like wala na, feeling niya wala na siyang choice, na nag-stay, wala, hindi kami makakamove. But yeah, so I told him like, let's sell the salon, whatever, try to, you do not have to take care of me financially because I'm able and I have all those credentials to go, like to go work, find work. I'm just waiting for my, my work permit. And when it came, I applied just one here in Sanford, and then ayun, sabi ko sa kanya, we really have to take this slowly. We're starting. We don't have to, like push ourselves to be like very comfortable na. Hindi. Slowly by slowly. Hindi natin magagawa yan isang gabi. So ayun, siguro it depends on the situation yung mga advice mo din.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chef, no, for that good and wonderful answer. Now, in terms of stigma, Chef, a lot of people still are still hesitating because when they seek professional help, they might be labeled, or some people would say that you're crazy because you're seeking professional help. Now, sometimes is something wrong with your mental health, or is there something wrong with your brain that you need a professional help? What can you say, no, about those people who are still hesitating to take therapy or counseling sessions, na parang they are still hesitating ba, pupunta ba ako o hindi, or ano bang considerations? Go ahead.
No matter what you do, people always has to say, hindi yan nawawala. Always look after yourself. No one will pick you up. You always have to think that way. Na kung anong mangyari sa the way takbo ng iisip mo, that's very important, and you alone can just, you're the one na nafi-feel mo yung burden. Mag-open up ka. Wag sa mga tao, doon ka sa professional. Wag kang makinig sa kanila kasi at the end of the day, hindi naman sila may hawak ng buhay mo. 'Di ba? Hindi mo nga alam na yun pala yung pag-open up mo sa professional. Yun yung magiging way mo na, oh, may magandang idea pala tong nabigay sa akin. Maybe that's something help me to become successful one day. So, kahit anong gawin mo sa buhay, may mga issue talaga. So, hayaan mo na yan. Para sa akin, wag mong pakinggan.
I agree, no? I agree. Kahit anong gawin, Chef, no? May nagawa ka mang tama, may nagawa ka mang mali, may masasabi pa rin sila sa'yo.
Totoo yan.
So don't dwell with that. Yun yung sinasabi mo. Don't dwell with them. ignore them, ganon, no? So, ganon yung dapat na isipin natin, yung mindset natin. Now, next question, Chef. No, I think we still have like 3 na lang, no?
Uh-huh.
Ayan, 3 na lang na questions. Now, next question is, in terms of the work, no? How do you set boundaries with your workmates? No, because we are advocating for work and life balance here. Is that applicable to you? Can you really manage work? Go ahead.
Yes. I I clearly when I step at the workplace, I'm clearly like, okay, I have family time, I have work time. I can be your friend at work. Well, we can be still friend at, like outside work. But if you're toxic to me, I'll just, focus on my job and do what I can until I clock out. So you don't have you did so my workmate couldn't say something about me. Which even if
Mm-mm.
meron kang, yun nga, sinabi ko, kahit anong gawin mo, may masasabi talaga. Especially kasi may mga inggit-inggit, hindi talaga yun nawawala. Nagiging bad ka sa kanila. But at the end
Mm-mm.
of the day, you are there to work, not to
Mm-mm.
make friends. You always have to tell yourself you need money, that's why you're here, or you need to like professional growth, that's why you're here. You don't
Mm-mm.
have to like, you know, get affected with them, with
Mm-mm.
what they tell you. Go work, clock in, clock out. When you
Mm-mm.
clock out, leave whatever issue from the work, leave from the workplace, go home,
Mm-mm.
and spend time with your family. I spend
Mm-mm.
time with my husband, which is rarely right now because he's doing something.
Mm-mm.
So
I
yeah, I said
Yeah.
do not contact me if it's work related. Like let's say, oh, can you cover this for me? Maybe you can contact me. Maybe text me first, and then I will reply. But like, hey, let's hang out. No, yeah,
Okay.
that's how I
Okay,
set
that's
my
fair.
boundary.
That's fair. Now, I think we have the same boundary. We really set boundaries, no, with our workmates because that's really a realization for me, no, when in my previous work na parang they I we get to uh parang attached with our workmates, no, na parang sometimes we are getting abused, no, kasi mabuti tayo sa kanila, no? And then we offer our services like, sige, okay lang, parang ganyan, no? But I think that's really speak something, no, about boundaries that we really have to make. Like, do not bring your work at home, or do not it's vice versa. Do not bring your home problems at home at work, no? So I think
Um,
we resonate. Sige, go ahead, master.
yeah. Additional on that one, I think you, I think the boundary is really important because they know that you have something in you that they cannot manipulate you. Because there's a lot of people that in your workplace, oh, hey, can you take this? Can you take that? Can you run this? Can you run that? No, you know, I have, I have this. I'm still learn to say no. Me, I personally, I had a lot of things like, you know, because hindi ko naman sinasabing medyo yung iba walang pakialam kasi sabi nila that's not part of my job. Well, it's part of your job. But wala kasing gumagawa. So, minsan ako na lang yung gumagawa, napapagod na kasi ako magsabi. So, ako na lang yung gumagawa. Pero pag hindi ko na talaga kaya or yung pag inuutusan ako, oh hell no. Yun, nagiging Amazona. Sa trabaho, kailangan mong maging Amazona. Hindi ka pwedeng maging soft. Kasi, especially here, that's like, have cultural, like differences. If they say you a soft person, they can easily manipulate you. But if they see you like, no, why would I do that? You do it. We pay the same, We you basically maybe paid more than me, then do it. You have to say no. You have to be very like not because me when ngayon na medyo tumatagal na ako sa trabaho, medyo nagiging ano na ako, nagiging yung may pangil na ako. Hindi na yung, yes, I can do this. No, hindi na. Kasi aabusuhin ka.
That's agree. That's I think that's a common thing, no, with Filipinos and other people, no, in other races, because in terms of job, no, the more you show your skill, no, the more they see that you have a lot of skills, no, that you can show off or you can make. Uh, a difference is that in the Philippines, bibigyan ka maraming trabaho kung marami kang nalalaman. Pero in the other countries, I think, no, they will compensate naman your skills if you have a lot to give to them.
You,
Paano ba? Ano ba?
you have to bargain yourself. You have to bargain.
That's a good
You don't
that's a
have
good word.
you don't have to accept. Bargain yourself. I can do this. I'm a hard worker person. Bargain me. Pay me this. You
Give me
have
a
to demand.
raise. Ganyan, no? Give me a raise. Parang ganyan.
Yes.
Oh.
So one time, like, oh, Gladys, you did so good. I don't need praise. I need raise. If you guys don't give me a raise, don't praise me. I'm sorry. That's siguro
You
naging
can
ganun na lang.
You can praise me but with a raise, no? Or
Yes.
you can praise me with a raise. Ganyan. That's a
Ganyan
good
yung mga eksena.
suggestion. Yes. Now, second to the last question, Chef. No, I know you have a family back here in the Philippines, no, and some other OFWs or overseas Filipino workers or families in the country. What can you say about them, about their families working abroad, no, mental health of their families working abroad? Because sometimes kasi hindi yan sinisere. For example, ikaw nasa abroad ka, hindi mo yan sinisere. Yung mental health, sometimes, I don't know if you are sharing that openly to your family. What can you say to your family or to other families who have families abroad working for them? Go ahead.
Don't abuse. Don't abuse the kindness of the people that's working for the family. If you are able or capable to do something that makes all your life better, then do it. If you can work, because if you have like 2 hands, 2 legs, you can work. You don't, you cannot say, oh, I don't work because I have this. No. Here in America, even people that has Down syndrome, even people that don't have legs, they work. They don't give a stupid reason why they couldn't work. And of course, like, huwag na nating abusuhin yung mga OFW natin kasi hindi natin alam yung hirap. Minsan wala nang tulog, maipadala lang sa Pilipinas para sa ganito, sa ganyan. Tapos, yun ba, kailangan natin maging grateful kung anong pinadala sa atin. Instead na, oh, bakit kulang to? Instead, say thank you. It's thank you and being grateful is just a simple word, but it has like a really great impact on someone that is sending money for the family. And of course, you always have to ask the person abroad, how are they going? Take it easy, because if that body breaks, mahirap magkasakit dito sa abroad. Of course, to the OFW who's working abroad, take it easy. Prioritize yourself, save money, because at the end of the day, no one will gonna help you here in America or in even somewhere, like not just here in America, but also in other parts of the world. Always prioritize, save up for yourself. Just set something for your family. Not everything. Make sure that you have something for yourself. That's it.
That's a very direct answer, no, to a very parang stigmatized question. Kasi we are not talking about that. I would really like to, in my next shows, Chef, no, I would really like to invite more OFWs, no, because I want to hear their stories. I want to tell their families. I want to tell the Filipinos here, that a life of an OFW is not easy. Maybe in our point of view, no, they are having a good time because they're abroad, and then they're going to places, no, siguro sa mga breaks or sa mga day off nila, pumupunta sila sa mga magagandang lugar because of course, no, you said they deserve that, you deserve that, no, because after the hard work you have done. So That's a very good, no, and direct question. I mean answer. I love that answer, Master. Now, uh, to our last question for tonight, no, because I think we've already lapped now to our original, and then original schedule, and I think you still have a lot of things to do there, no, because it's still work today, and also I think it's your birthday. I forgot. Yes, happy
Oh,
birthday! Oh my God.
thank Hindi
No,
nga ako
happy-
kasi nalungkot ako kasi, tumanda na naman ako. Oh my God, ano ba 'to, Lord? Pero thankful naman ako kasi healthy naman, wala nang nararamdaman. Thank you so much.
but chef, you never age, no? When we still together in 2019, you never age, no? You still look the same.
Tumaba lang ng konti kasi nga kain lang
That's
ng
a sign.
kain.
That's a sign of growth, no? Especially chef that you are a chef, no? Of course, who would taste your lovely dishes. Now, going back, no, after that greetings, going back, chef, to your last question. This is the time that you give a lasting impression of what mental health is for you as a chef, as an OFW, as an overseas Filipino worker, as a Filipina chef from. I mean, your story is really from rag. Not I don't know if uh, from rag to riches already,
No.
but I think you are on the path of becoming rich, no, with your husband there. But it's literally from rags to success, I think, no. um Based on what you've said kanina, na I think we share the same, parang we are from Bahay Kubo, we are from the province, wala tayo masyadong jeep, no. So a lot of things, no, like that. What's your last what's your parang lasting impression of mental health to our viewers who are with us tonight?
Okay. I just want to remind everybody that you have to look after yourself. If you feel you're struggling, if you feel like you have burden in yourself, um, always ask for someone that you trust, or open up to someone that you trust. Or if you don't trust someone, seek mental health. There's always professional that will always open to help you with it, with your, with what's going on in your head. I know it's not easy, especially kung hindi ka talaga yung pala open up na tao. Pero try. I I trust you. It's gonna feel okay. It's gonna feel better. Of course, take it easy. Everything has its own time. And for those people that feel pressure about, about the timing of things in their life, take it easy, plan something, because, when you step back, take a deep breath, and think what's your plan. You will not feel pressured. You will not be bothered with so much. And do not focus on what people will tell you. Focus on what you think or you believe will help you in the future. Kasi pag mga ganyan-ganyan kasi, mahirap kasi makaka-apekto eh. Avoid distractions, and of course, as I've told, we have friends that you trust, or and we have health professionals that you can always open up. And para lang sa akin because may mga times talaga na feeling natin wala na, madadown tayo, ganito, ganyan. Pero never gave up. I can see one person, my husband. My husband is he has this, and then he fell down, and then slowly getting back, and I can see him that he's struggling. But of course, slowly lang, gagabayan natin or whatever. Para kahit papaano ba makita natin yung progress ng ng tao. Ayun lang, prioritize yourself. Don't give, I'm a kind of person that kind of like don't give a fuck on what other people will tell you, because para ba naging mayaman yung ibang tao, hindi sila nakinig sa mga judgment. So, i-apply mo din sa sarili mo 'yon kung may mental health issue ka ngayon. I know it's not easy, but trust me, if you always focus on the positive side, like ngayon, kunyari, wala na akong pag-asa. Pero always look for the brighter future ahead. Ngayon lang to, malalampasan ko to. Always, kasi I know we're not strong, but if you need someone, yeah, you have friends, you can open up to your family. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have like problem, you can always like message me. I can't always read that. Yeah.
Well,
Yun lang.
thank you so much, Chef, no, for those kind words, no. I'm really overwhelmed, no, with what you said. I could really resonate, no, with you. Although I'm not a breadwinner, no, in our family, because marami naman kami, no, na nagtatrabaho na, and of course my parents are also working, no. But I could really resonate as a husband, as a married man, no, that our mental health, no, is as important with our physical health, and we must not give importance to what other people will say, no, because as you've said, at the end of the day, they will not be there,
Yeah.
no. So wala sila doon sa atin, hindi natin sila kasama, wala silang may tutulong. All they could do is say what they
Distract
want.
you. Yeah.
Distract you to your dreams, your aspirations, no. And as you've said, hindi ka makakarating diyan kung nakinig ka sa ibang tao, di ba? Hindi mo yan maa-achieve, no. And also I would like to say, no, that earlier this month, when I had a meeting with your husband, no, with business, of course, no, as usual, he really said that he is very lucky to have you in his life. No? And I think that is a very good gift, no, from him to you in your birthday today, no. So, and we are really glad, we are very grateful, Chef, that you are with us today in your very important day of the year, your birthday, one of the important days of your year, and you have chosen to spend an hour of that with us. And because of that, we are very grateful, no, and allow us, I mean, we could not give anything to you right now that I think you can have a special more, I mean, wala kaming maibibigay, Chef, na mas hihigit pa sa ano yung na-achieve mo today, because beyond the physical success that you are in US right now, your mental health, you have preserved your mental health, and that's why you can share your story beautifully, no. And what I have observed is that you have no emotional what do you call that, we call it catharsis, you have no emotional, I mean, manifestations while you are narrating your story. It means that you have already reconciled with that past, and you can freely share, no, to the people. And I think that is what makes your story more beautiful. Thank you so much, Chef.
You should not live with our past. Yeah.
I agree, no. So thank you so much, Chef. Allow us, no, to share this slide, no, or this certificate. I'm actually uploading it. Allow us to share this certificate of appreciation from Star Labs Educational Consultancy and Research Services based in Tagum City, Davao del Norte. A certificate of appreciation is conferred to Chef Gladys C. Tilotsan. How do we read that? Tilotsan. Okay. My accent, no? Tilotsan.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Ako din. Tilotsan lang yan, oy.
Chef Gladys C. Tilotsan. It's actually compression, right? Gladys compression.
Yeah, Tilotsan.
And you are based now in North Dakota, I think, no? In the state of North Dakota. So thank you
After
for being the
palipat-lipat.
research. Yes, that's really a good sign of a life well lived. Yung hindi ka nakastay sa isang lugar, no? Thank you, Chef, for being our resource person for tonight, no? Sharing your invaluable insights to the live event titled Mental Health Awareness Month, a Filipino chef story in the USA, a live webinar conducted on May 31, 2025 via Facebook Live. And of course, for our participants, no, who have registered, we will also send your certificate of participation with this citation. So once again, Chef, no, to our viewers, a warm round of applause, please, to our speaker for tonight. And before we end, Chef, do you have parting words, concluding words to our audience?
May sinend ako na link dyan.
Yes, I
like,
think
you know,
meron yan.
books.
Yes.
Of course, if you are a teacher, you can also like find whatever cooks. But the thing that I sent you was, you know, for the cooks. You guys, I cannot guarantee you that after like 100 and 200 applications, someone will really, because it took me like few applications, 150 to 200 before someone contacted me from the US. My friend also that we were together sending, you know, she never stopped. She didn't have an experience as a cook, but eventually, you know, sometimes we lie a little bit on my resume just to make it makes look good. She never had an experience, but she never stopped applying. Now she's in the USA. She's been here for like 2 years. Make sure that your resume is really good. Just make it at least like 1 page or 2 page. Make sure you have brief, concise, you know. If you have, you know, good experience there in the Philippines, ang tawag nun, ini-invite ko kayong at least mag-apply, you know. Yung walang magja-judge sa inyo kasi mababait din naman yung mga employer na magpupunta. So hopefully, you guys find something out of country for the winter season. Of course, if you can find for winter season, there's always summer season. It's never-ending season. So, yes, for the winter season, you guys start looking around, kailan ba? October, November, September. By August, September. Yeah, August, magi-start na yan sila mag-post ng mga openings nila. Look for out of country, H2B. And of course, for the teachers, there's also like sites that you guys can apply. Sometimes you just have to call the potential employers, research. But most of it, like in Indeed, in LinkedIn, if you wanna come here, just research, or maybe you guys can message me on my Facebook account. I might have like know someone that out of country. Maybe I can ask my friend. She's coming back, the one that I told you that don't have experience. She's coming back to the Philippines for her vacation and then come back again. So maybe I can ask her if she knows someone. So yun lang.
Thank you.
Ano lang siya?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
please.
hard. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. But I think like after 100 of application, hopefully someone will take you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chef, for a very insightful and wonderful discussion. Not just about mental health, awareness month, but a lot of opportunities, As you've said, just said that there are pathways, lot of pathways in order to work and live in the USA, But one thing I have observed, for all of that, for all that you've said, is that it would really take time. It would really take your patience. It would really take your perseverance to finally land or to finally get an opportunity that will really change the course of your life. Now, once again, thank you. Yes, Master. Go ahead.
It will really test who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
As a person.
just yeah. As I have said, just be patient, pray,
Mhm.
and somewhere,
Mhm.
there's always an opportunity for you.
Yeah.
If you just
I-
didn't stop. I mean, if you
Yeah.
just don't stop. Because my friend, she didn't stop until she landed the job.
Yes.
I don't know how many applications she sent. Maybe 300, 400.
Mhm. But
So-
everything, no, but all of that rejection will be worth it once you've landed a job. No?
Yes.
So thank you so much, Chef Gladys C. Tillotson from the North Dakota, United States of America. And that ends our webinar for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us and staying with us until this part. And I hope that you have learned a lot from us, especially from our resource person. And don't forget to hit share or subscribe or follow us in Facebook for more webinars like this, because we will be making this a regular show, no, with our friends from abroad, no, to give opportunities for all of you here, for all of us here in the country. Once again, maayong gabi, daghang salamat and dalaygo ng Diyos. Chef, maayong gabi, thank you, goodbye.
Good evening. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.